Welcome back to the Microsoft AI 102 preparation course. And in this part, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into what the services are and what the exam consists of. So let's get started here. We're going to look at the 5 set of use cases that are part of the exam and that needs to be understood and covered. We're going to start with natural language processing solutions, which include language, speech, translator, and also Azure OpenAI, which is Azure version of the Ch02 or the GPT set of models from OpenAI. We're going to look at image and video processing solutions. In this suite of solutions, you have vision, custom vision, face, document intelligence, and also video indexer. We're going to look at detect anomalies and improve content. So this part is how to detect anomalies and improve content. And in here, we will look at anomaly detection, content safety, personalizer, metrics advisor. So we will cover all of these topics individually in this section. We look at knowledge mining solutions, and in there we only have to look at cognitive search. And now I need to be honest, cognitive search in itself is a very vast topic and it merits its own course. So we're not going to go deep into this technology. We will just cover the essentials and the stuff that is necessary for you to answer questions for the exam. To end, we will also have conversational AI, which is basically the Azure bot service. And in there, we will really look into how to build bots and how to deploy bots. So that's basically the set of Azure or Microsoft AI services that are covered in this course. Of course, the whole suite of services is constantly evolving, constantly changing. So I'll try my best to keep up with the changes as well. Now we look at the exam itself and compare it to the suite of services. So if you look at the natural language processing solutions, it will constitute the majority of the questions, and anywhere between 25 to 30% questions will be from this topic. Next up, the largest chunk is plan and manage Azure AI Solution. So in this topic, we will look at how you will deploy the service, how you will consume the service, how you will integrate security into this solution, how you will manage the cost, and various other aspects. So that's what plan and manage Azure AI Solutions is about. And that also includes those smaller set of services for anomaly detection and content moderation and other things. So that will be part of this 25 to 30% of the questions. And next up, we will look at image and video processing solutions. So that's the number 2 block from the top. And that's the second biggest chunk, along with conversational AI. So 15 to 20% of the questions will be from this section. And therefore, we will look at the services that are part of this image and video processing solution. Next up, we look at conversational AI, which is also 15 to 20% of the questions. And therefore, we will cover the bot service in this part, and you will understand how to build bots and how to deploy bots. And at the end, we will look at cognitive search, which is part of knowledge mining solutions. And as I said, we will not go very, very deep. We will just skim the surface because it's such a vast topic, but it'll be enough for you to pass the exam and score good marks in the cognitive search questions that will appear in your exam. But it's only a small portion, anywhere between 5 to 10%. So that's it. And now we look at deploying the Azure AI service. So how do you deploy the Azure AI service? You need an Azure subscription. Within the subscription, you need to create a resource group, and then deploy the Azure AI services multi-service account in a specific region of your choice. Now, you can deploy those services that we spoke about individually, or you can just deploy the multi-service account, and that will enable you to access most of the services that we saw in the previous slide. So this is a much more efficient way of dealing with the service endpoint, and therefore we will be using that. So in the video demonstration that will follow this content, you will see how I will deploy the multi-service account in my own subscription. So let's go to that. All right, let's provision an Azure AI multi-service account. And to do that, we will search for Azure AI services. So here we go, we have it, and you can also see the multi-service account, but let me click on the Azure AI services first and show you how the menu looks like. So you can see here, you can actually provision individual services or single service resources as they're called. And each cognitive service can be provisioned individually. For example, you can create a language service resource, or you can create a computer vision resource, and this will then limit your users' potential to create certain solutions. So if you wish to restrict them to creating only language services, then it's better to use the single service account or single service resource. But in this case, we wish to play around with all the services, and we wish that we do not wish to like create services every time. We just want to deploy it once and then forget about it. So that's why we're going to use this AI services multi-service account. It's a little bit hidden below. It's not the first thing that appears on the menu, but that's what we are going to use. So let's do that. Let's click on the create button. Now this approach of provisioning a multi-service account will help you to get a single set of access credentials. And with those access credentials, you can consume multiple services. So let's click on create button and wait for the menu to appear. So the menu appears, and here you can see that the subscription I have is already chosen. But if you have multiple subscriptions, you might see multiple subscriptions here. You need to choose a resource group, or you could create a new resource group. In this case, I wish to choose an existing resource group. So that's there. You can choose a region of your choice, but these services are not available in all the Azure regions. So you need to be aware of the fact. And for this purpose, I'm just going to choose the default, which is East US. And then we will give it a name. So I will call it AI-102 multi-service account, or MSA in short. That should make Azure happy. Okay, this is already taken. So we will choose multi-service account as the name. And hopefully Azure is now happy. Oh no, it's already been chosen. So let's choose MSA02. That should be that should be fine. Okay, that's it. So I have created these services before, and that's why we had this a little bit of a glitch there, but hope you don't mind. And then comes the pricing. So in this case, we only have one option, and that's what's going to be likely in your case as well. So you just need to choose the most or the only available option here. In case you have multiple options, then we will have to think about what those options are, but most likely you're going to have only the standard S0. And then you need to click on this button so that you know the terms and conditions. And one of the important terms and conditions is the responsible AI notice. So if you're building services, you have to remember that they have to follow the responsible AI guidelines, which we will cover in one of the sections in the future or upcoming sections in this course. Now you could go and click on network, identity tags, etc. But those will be covered when we start to plan or cover the module where we discuss planning Azure AI services. In this case, we are just deploying the service to get a quick idea of what that means. And therefore, I'm going to just click on review and create. And if all my basic text fields and drop downs have been clicked correctly, then I will get a green light from Azure to create the service. And therefore, if I click create now, it will start to create the service. Now we will look at taking the credentials and the endpoints in the next video. So I'm going to stop this video now, and then we will see each other in an upcoming video. Thank you for watching, and please click on the playlist for watching the next video. Thank you.